Casey. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
And what brings you in today?
Well, I have a 15-year-old daughter. She's going to be 15 soon, and she's starting high school. My kids grew up in a small knit community. It's a K through 8 school, so they've had the same group of like 12 friends for 8 years now. And she has 3 very close friends that she's friends with, and they have recently started to experiment with drugs. And she came to me and told me. I kind of had the pride out of her, but I knew something was going on because she wasn't acting regular, and so I finally got it out of her. And her friend, at the football game, her friend had a reaction to the drug. They had to call the ambulance, and now parents found out, and now Abby's all worried that one of her friends her breathing may never go back the same, and that she's all worried that one of them might die, but she still wants to hang out with them after they're ungrounded, of course. But I don't know how I can let her hang out with these girls, because it's not that I don't trust them, because I know they're teenagers and they're going to experiment, but I don't want Abby to make a slip due to peer pressure and slip into the same things. Even though she said no once, you never know what could happen, especially if there's a different situation, like boys are around. Now I don't know how to handle when she asks me, oh, can I sleep over at this person's house, or can I go to the library with this person? How do I handle that?
Did she say what made them decide to do this?
She didn't tell me. She had been acting weird for about a week. They have a group, and every Monday they meet all together and watch Teen Wolf. It's the show that they watch, and every Monday they meet and watch it together. And they do things like go to the library and just hang out, because we live in a really small community, and the library is a place where they hang out. There's a library, a gas station, and 5 bars. So they choose the library. And for the week before, she was hanging out with them, and she watched the finale of the show at our house alone. And she was like, I just don't feel like going. And so she never told me why they got into it. I asked her, I'm like, well, what were they thinking? And she's like, well, they just wanted to try it. And they got it from an older sibling. And so I said, well, I'm really proud of you for saying no. And she's like, well, you have to trust me. You know I'm not going to do it, so you have to let me. You know I'm going to say no. But I know how peer pressure is. How do I let her go? I told her that they're welcome at our house anytime. I don't know where to go with it. Should I call the parents, talk to them about it?
That's an option.
I mean, I guess.
Get on the same page as the parents.
And make sure, it's hard to know what to do in this situation and what's right and what's wrong. And I don't want to lose the trust I have with Abby, because now we have this trust. She told me everything. She was afraid I was going to be mad and wasn't going to believe that she didn't do it. So that's why she didn't tell us in the first place. And she's afraid that if she loses these friends, because our high school is so big, so it's all these different feeder schools coming into this one giant school. And she's afraid she's not going to make new friends, because she's had these friends for 8 years. So how do you not let her hang out with those people, but at the same time, they obviously want to experiment with things?
Do you know what type of relationship these girls have with their parents?
It's not good.
Not good.
For most of them, it's not good. So, to the girls, it's not good. The one family, it's 2 sisters, and they think that the world revolves around their little brother who does hockey, so they only care about him, and I know the father's an alcoholic. The other family, it's divorced parents, and the mom they're newly divorced, and the mom's out partying every weekend. And the dad is not around very much, and the other girl, because there was actually 4, the older sister, just the one they got the drugs from. The other girl, her parents, she's always done sketchy things. Like she opened up a Facebook without her parents knowing, and when we were in middle school, and I found out, and I was like, Sophie, you can't do that. I have to tell your parents now that I know. And So, and that was the other thing, Abby was afraid if she told me that, I would not like her friends, and her friends would be mad that she told me. So, I don't know, I mean, I don't know if talking to the parents would help. They know, from what I've been told, the parents know that Abigail wasn't involved, but that's just what Abby's telling me. Not that I don't trust her, but you never know with teenagers. You know,
Do you have any relationship with the girls' parents?
yeah, well, I mean, we've known each other since kindergarten, you know, I mean, so you,
And you obviously feel like you can come to them with any,
yes,
anything.
that I can talk to them,
Mhm.
yes.
So that's good.
But I don't know, like, do I let her hang out with them? I mean, do I trust her? I do trust her, but do I trust them?
But do you trust her enough to know that she won't do anything?
I think so. I do, but she's a teenager. Any teenager can slip at any given time. Because all it takes is one person. What if a boy is there that she likes and then she doesn't want to say no because the boy is there? You know, or what if she's just feeling down that day and she just decides, oh, what the heck, it's just one time.
Have you ever talked to her about, like, anybody that she likes, or?
Yes, she doesn't like boys. She says they're immature and she'll date when she gets in college because boys are stupid.
Good for her.
Yep.
She's very right.
She is. So I don't think a boy would come into play necessarily. I just worry that you never know. So,
Keep the lines of communication open with her. She might just.
and that's what
Come
I've
to
been
you.
trying to. I've been hoping that if I keep talking to her about it, and I can look at her cell phone, but I know she erases messages because all my teenagers do. They all erase the messages, and you can't see a Snapchat, so you don't know what Snapchats are saying.
With a Snapchat.
A Snapchat is a message. Okay, so you can hold your phone in front of you, you can type anything on it, or you can take a picture of yourself naked, or just a picture of
Okay.
yourself. You then send it, the person opens it, it's there for 5 seconds, and then it disappears.
Okay.
And it's untraceable, as far as I know.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So,
That's a little scary.
Snapchats are very scary.
I've never heard of that.
I'll send you a Snapchat.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. And she asked me not to tell her father because my husband is very overprotective. I mean, like, classic dad, little girl, overprotective. So, I know for a fact, if I actually told him, because I can't hide it, and I told him, I'm like, I have a trust with her, you can't break it, so she cannot know that you know, and of course, every time she's like, can I go to the library with blah, 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 and Man's like, nope, and I'm like, do you have a reason to say no? You can't just up and say no, and, so like the other day I was like, well, no, because I have to go to school and I need you here, you know, take care of the house, and so I've always had excuses, and I came to her and I told her, I said, Abby, I'm gonna have a hard time trusting your friends right now. They're welcome at our house, but how long can that go on? How long can I keep using that? I guess I hope she makes new friends in the first month of school. It's so hard, and I'm not saying that I think she's done it, but what if she actually did do it and is like that good of a liar? I don't think that, but what if? Because now I'm playing all the what ifs in my head just because she's a teenager and I was a teenager and I know how teenagers work and I wasn't a teenager very long ago. So, you know, what if? And the what ifs just keep running through my head, even though I super trust her and she is goal oriented and probably more mature than I am. But there's always the what ifs. So how do I?
Just keep the lines of communication open.
Okay,
Just make sure that she knows that she can trust you.
yeah.
That's what I would do.
Okay. So what about getting together with the friends? I mean, do I give it time?
You could talk to them too.
Maybe I should
Put
talk
them
to
all
the friends
together.
outright.
Put them all together.
because I know them. I was their Girl Scout leader, for goodness sakes. For 8 years I was their Girl Scout leader. I better pinpoint those ones. There's a few.
Talk to them like your children.
Yeah.